Hi, welcome to a 50-minute Vinyasa style flow practice. My name's Kailey. When you're ready, you can meet me on your mat in a seated position. We're just going to start by finding a comfy seat. Class is live right now, March 1st, and I actually really do love the beginning of every month. It feels like an opportunity to just take gentle stock without a lot of pressure. Like January 1st sometimes feels like a lot more pressure. But at the beginning of the month, you might just notice how you're feeling today, what maybe you're working toward or what intentions you have. I know personally I'm working on some spring cleaning, getting rid of physically some things around me that are kind of overwhelming my space with just energy that doesn't really resonate any longer. And so that might be true for you as well. It might also be a more energetic kind of clearing out that you might be feeling ready for in preparation for spring. If something along those lines resonates for you, I really invite you to bring that concept into your practice. And if not, that's great too. When you're ready, you can blink the eyes closed. With closed eyes, go ahead and circle your shoulders and your ribs a few times over your hips and your pelvis. So pretty slow circles here. Just notice if there's any areas where your body feels a little rigid, where that circle feels a little rough or jagged. We'll see if you can smooth it out a little bit, maybe by going slower or in a smaller range of motion. And then let's switch the direction of those circles. Breathe in, breathe out. Even as you're circling the ribs over the hips, you find some length in your spine here. Doesn't necessarily mean the crown of the head is reaching straight up, but can you lengthen the crown of the head away from your breastbone? Great. Come through the center, maybe slow or small the circles down even more until you can find a still spot. Maybe shift the weight from sit bone to sit bone. Once you feel like you've found something that's relatively centered, let's pause right there. We'll work a little bit of paced breathing to start practice to connect with that flow of energy or prana. The breath is totally optional. This particular form of pranayama is totally optional. You can breathe naturally if that serves you better today. Start by exhaling your breath completely, maybe through pursed lips. Take a breath in through the nose for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose for 4. Hold that inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4. Hold the exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds. In for 4. Hold 4. Out 4. Hold 4. Last time in. Hold. Out. Hold. Take a very big breath in through the nose. Fill all the way up. When you're ready, open mouth, exhale. And blink the eyes open. Take a little spinal twist to the back of your mat or to the left. If you went to the right, that's fine, we'll do both sides. Sit tall, root down through your sit bones, and lengthen it up to the crown of the head. Square your chest, look forward, reach the arms up, breathe in. And then take your twist to the other side. Feel like the rotation is coming really from above your belly button. So your hips and your pelvis stay level and square. Look forward, reach the arms up, breathe in. Little side bending, bring one heel of the hand toward the mat, other heel of the hand toward the ceiling. It's a little cold to practice outside, but if you happen to be outdoors, push into the hand that's on the mat. So as much as you're stretching up, press down with that bottom hand. Throughout your practice, really try and embrace this idea, this union of opposites. Yoga means union. So pushing up and down, reaching forward and stretching back, all of these kinds of movements of opposition to lengthen those lines of prana, those lines of energy in the body. Last time. And then meet me on your hands and your knees. So by the tabletop position, a little bit more warming up to go. Circle your shoulders over your wrists. Circle your hips over your knees. Try and stay long in your lower back for now. So notice if you're dumping into your lumbar spine, engage your lower abdominals, switch the direction of those circles. And then come through neutral. Let's tuck the tailbone toward your knees. Press the floor away with your hands, chin toward your chest, really rounding your back for cat pose. Stay here, give your head a gentle little shake or a little nod. Take a breath in, still in your cat back. See if you can puff the breath down into your lower back like you're ballooning underneath the backside of your ribs. And then cow, pull your chest through, soften through your elbows, look from right shoulder to left shoulder, tailbones lifting toward the ceiling. Come back through the center, you're still in cow, breathe in, moving breath and motion. Cat pose on your exhale, push into your fingertips. Cow, long breath in, elbows bend softly, chest scoops forward. Cat as you exhale. Sync up with your breath 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out. Find a neutral spine here, and then walk your knees back just a little bit. So your hips and your shoulders will stay aligned. Drop the hips a little bit, pull the abdominals up and in. See if you can feel that you've locked your rib cage and your pelvis in line. Maybe you lift the feet. We're gonna bend the elbows straight back for a low push-up on the knees. Straighten the arms back out, you're still on your knees. 2 more times like that. Bend your elbows, push into the fingertips, straighten the elbows, press the floor away. 1 more time like that. Bend the elbows, hold here for 4. Lengthen the crown of the head away from your breastbone. 2 long through the sides of the neck, and 1 lower all the way down. Feet touch down. Fingers pull back toward the sides of the ribs as you press into the tops of the feet. Maybe lift one leg and then the other. Feel the muscles in the back of the legs light up. You stay here, sweep your arms by your side, airplane wings, pull the shoulders back by reaching the fingertips toward your feet for 4. It's not about how high you go, but about how much the back of the body is engaged. 2 and 1, plant the hands, tuck the toes under, press up and back to child's pose. Knees are a little bit wider than hips distance, maybe your big toes touch. You can drop the forehead straight down. I tend to keep mine lifted when I'm teaching so that my voice doesn't get muffled here, but relax the forehead straight down if it touches, and then nod your head gently, a very gentle no to massage across the brow center. Release any tension at the base of the skull and the back of the neck. On an inhale, pull forward to your hands and your knees. Keep going, maybe walk the hands forward, so we're gonna come back to that kneeling push-up position. Lower halfway down. Option on halfway down is to lower all the way down and come back into your cobras, or drop your toes, lift your knees, hold your chaturanga just for a moment. And then upward facing dog. If you took that low push-up, flip over onto the tops of the feet, straighten the arms as you melt the shoulders down on your back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. So you're either in your cobra or in your down dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog to move around in any way that feels good. You might pedal out your knees and your heels. Maybe give your head a gentle little shake. Yes and no. From downward facing dog, look forward, take a walk to the top of your mat for ragdoll. Leave some space between your feet, so hips distance or perhaps even a little wider. Generous bend in your knees, catch the crooks of your opposite elbows. Find a little sway here. Drop the head, so the crown of the head's pointing straight down. You're looking back between your knees. So this pose in particular in a vinyasa practice is a really nice opportunity to release, to let go a little bit. Plenty of opportunities to challenge the body. But if you feel that you need that in your ragdoll, you can play around with straightening out the legs, maybe interlacing your fingers at the base of your skull, back behind your head, and then nodding your head side to side, pointing the elbows back toward the back of the mat. Release the fingers down. Heel to the feet a bit closer together. Maybe they're hips distance. Some people practice with the big toes touching. Slide your hands to your shins. Push into the hands gently to lengthen your spine and drag the shoulder blades down onto the back of your ribs. Bring your hands to your calves. Exhale into an active forward fold. Let's do that again. Lift up halfway. Take a breath in. Forward fold, open mouth, exhale. One more like that. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Forward fold, let something go. Slide your hands up onto your shins and then keep sliding the hands up your legs. Soft bend the knees, push into the floor as you unroll. Reach your arms up overhead here, breathe in. Bend your elbows into a W shape, squeeze your legs together, squeeze your shoulder blades down your back and look up. Reach the arms up, breath in. Do that again. Exhale, bend your elbows, squeeze the legs, shoulders down your back. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Reach the arms up on an inhale, and then fold forward as you exhale. Halfway stretch, your fingers can come in line with the toes or onto the shins. Plant your hands, step back to high push-up, rock forward, and then lower half or all the way down. I'm gonna mix it up throughout practice. Cobra pose on the inhale or up dog, so do what makes sense in your body. Down dog on the exhale, we'll meet up there. Look toward your knees, your navel, or your toes. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more cycle of breath here. In. Push your chest toward your legs a little more, bend the knees as you empty out. Lift the heels, look forward, and then walk your feet to the top of the mat. Halfway stretch, that's where you breathe in. Fold forward and exhale. All the way up, big full body stretch on the in-breath. Bend your elbows, squeeze your glutes, look up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Plant the hands, step back, high push-up to low push-up. Choose if you're halfway or all the way. Up dog or cobra, scoop the heart through, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Stay here just for one breath in. And a long breath out. Lift the heels, look forward. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. One more Surya Namaskar, sun salute, halfway stretch, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise and breathe in. Bend your elbows and breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Maybe you look up and take a little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Plant the hands, step back, high push up to low push up. Cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. Stand in downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together at the back of the mat and then take the right leg back behind you. Put a bend in the right knee, find some external rotation through the right hip. You can hug your right heel in toward your lower back as you lift to the right knee high. Push into the right hand, maybe bend the left knee a little bit to find that stretch. Straighten your right leg back behind you, take a breath in. And then step the right foot between the thumbs, soften your back knee down, sweep the arms up. So supported crescent here. Stack the hips over your left knee and then lengthen your tailbone down to find a stretch in the front of the left hip and thigh. You can be on the left toes, or you might untuck that left foot if that feels better in your ankle and knee. Take a breath in. Release the fingers around your front leg and straighten out that front leg just until you find a nice stretch in the back of the right thigh. So coming into our half split, Hanumanasana. You can always play around with bending this knee a little bit more or straightening the leg a little bit more. If half split feels real easy in your body, curl your right toes back toward you, push your right heel forward toward the top of the mat. Keep the hips square and then maybe walk both of your hands outside of your right leg. Pull the right heel back. If you walk the hands outside of the right leg, pull back through the heel, keep curling the toes in. All right, if you took your hands to the right, reframe your right leg. We're gonna rebend the right knee, left hand under left shoulder, sweep the right arm up. Maybe you lift the left knee for a strong dragonfly twist here. Press your left hand down into the mat, squeeze the muscles behind your left knee, and then find a lot of length in the spine. See if you can breathe in a way that gently lets you find some more spaciousness in the spine, in the rhythms, in the lungs. Long inhale here. Plant your right hand, step your right foot back, flow through the downward facing dog. You can always just step into down dog and skip the chaturanga and up dog. All right, big toes together at the back. Inhale your left leg. Bend your left knee, find some external rotation through that hip. Push the left hand down. Maybe you bend the right knee. Point the left knee toward the ceiling. Kick the left leg back, breathe in. Step between the thumbs, soften your back knee down. Inhale, rise up through the chest and the arms. Hips are stacking over your right knee. Lengthen the tailbone. And then push that left knee energetically, left foot energetically back, and right knee energetically forward. So the force that you're pushing into the mat with, the direction of that force is going to affect where you feel the stretch in the body. Stay here, one more breath in. Frame out your left leg, front leg, and then find your half split stretch on this side. Always making a little mental note, this is where I feel it the most, that the body may or may not have the same range of motion from side to side. Just see if you can just be with whatever range of motion you have on this side. And take some deep breaths into the stretch. Add on if you need, curling the left toes back, pushing the left heel down, keeping the hips square, and maybe walking the hands outside of your left leg. So what happens a lot of the time if you walk outside the left leg is the hips want to swing to the right. See if you can keep them square there. One more long round of breath. If you walk the hands to the left, frame your left foot, setting up for dragonfly. Roll through the sole of the left foot. Right hand under right shoulder, lift the left arm, and that right knee comes up. Hug the inner thighs toward each other like you're trying to close up a pair of scissors. That left sit bone is pulling back toward the back of the mat. Use your breath, find some space in this twist. One more inhale, and then flow through. We will meet in a downward facing dog. Stay tuned into your breath so that flow of breath becomes like this thread that weaves through your whole practice. And down dog, breathe in. Breathe out. Right leg high on an inhale. Step your foot through as you exhale. Drop the back knee, supported crescent. Inhale, reach. Half split as you exhale. Frame your front leg. Straighten the knee and fold. Breathe in. And breathe out. Dragonfly twist on an inhale here. Plant your hands, step back, vinyasa, however you want to get to downward facing dog. Moving deliberately. From down dog, left leg up on an in-breath. Step it through as you empty. Drop the right knee, inhale your arms up. Exhale, Hanuman, half split, straighten the left leg. Breathe in. And stay for the breath out. Dragonfly twist, inhale, spin open to the left. Plant the top hand, vinyasa through. We'll meet in downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, take a breath in and a breath out. Lift the heels, look forward. Empty your breath and then step walk, or maybe you hop to the top. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Fold forward and exhale. Pull all the way up, big full body stretch on an in-breath. This time, lightning chair. Sweep your arms by your side, bend your knees, hinge your hips. See if you can send your knees back. So the knees want to pull forward oftentimes here. Nothing wrong with that, but see if you can send the knees back a little bit, look down behind your toes. From lightning chair, you're gonna lift the left knee and the arms as you straighten the right leg. Breathe in. Take it back to lightning chair as you breathe out. This time, right knee comes up, inhale, arms up. Lightning chair as you exhale. Let's take it side to side a few more times. You inhale up, exhale, lightning chair. So we're going to use this in our flow, but a little bit of dynamic balance is never a bad thing to practice. The next time you've got the left knee lifted, pause there, find your balance there. And then we're going to step the ball of the left foot to the back of the mat for a lightning crescent lunge. Bend your right knee, keep sending your right hip back, right knee back. Lengthen through the sides of the neck here. Rotate the shoulders down onto the back of the ribs. You might even rotate the wrists around a couple times. You might imagine that you're trying to kind of hold a doorknob and open a door. Back behind you. It's going to activate the back. All right, keep your legs. Keep lifting your navel away from your right thigh. Reach the arms forward. Power lunge here. Biceps are trailing the ears. Spine for the shoulders to lift toward the ears here if that feels good. Big breath in. Bring your hands to your heart, warrior two, to the back of your mat. Bend your left knee, stretch the arms away from midline. You can take up a lot of space between your feet in your warrior two here. Imagine that you're trying to pull the mat longer between your feet underneath you. And notice the depth of your lunge. You feel the muscles in the front of the left leg working. You might want to deepen the lunge. You might need to come a little bit out of the lunge. See if you can find that sweet spot where you feel challenged, but you're not clenching your teeth. Push into the base of the left big toe. Interlace your hands at your lower back. It's a great place to grab a strap or a towel or hold onto your t-shirt or something. Pull the knuckles down, lift the chest and the chin upward, breathe in. And then we're going to fold into humble warrior. Slide your left shoulder inside of your left knee, and then reach the knuckles away from your body. Drop the crown of the head straight down here. Maybe most importantly, see if you can Breathe in a way that helps you feel calm in your mind and supported in your body. And that's a work in process or progress certainly for myself. So if it doesn't immediately work out, that the breath is feeling super supported, that's okay. One more round of breath here. Let's stay for the exhale. And then we're gonna find dragonfly facing the back of the mat. So right hand under right shoulder, spin your right heel up, lift the left arm up. Take a long breath in. Walk your hands through Prasarita. So pivot your toes toward that long side of your mat that we just came from. Keep walking the hands forward, pivot the toes forward, drop the back knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, half split. Frame your right leg as you straighten it out. Stay here, breathe in. And breathe out. Rebend the right knee. Inhale back to that supported crescent. Left toes are tucked. And then bend your elbows, pull your arms down your back. Start to shift the weight into your front foot. We're gonna launch into airplane, floating that left leg up, bringing the arms by the sides. Level off your hips and pelvis, and then kick back through your left leg. You might even do a couple little froggy kicks with that left leg. Then find your left glutes. And then find a static balancing pose. Again, roll the shoulders down your back. Maybe you imagine that you've got doorknobs in your hands, rotating the wrists. Feel the shoulder blade, the scapula, moving around on the back of the ribs. Maybe you even feel the collarbones moving. We're gonna rise up with the left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Lightning chair, sink your hips down. Nice, this time right knee comes up. Big breath in. Find your balance here. So that's our little flow. We're gonna take it nice and slow on this left side and then pick up the pace a bit. Big step with the ball of the right foot to the back of the mat. Sweep the arms by your side. Lightning crescent lunge. If you land somewhere and it doesn't feel like the right spot for a nice stable base, feel free to adjust your feet. And then that doorknob kind of like imagery and sensation is always available for you in these kind of lightning arm stretches to activate the upper back. Once you find that upper back activation, you can hold a static, squeeze through the shoulders. Lifting your low belly away from your front thigh, reach the arms forward so the abdominals are engaging to support you through your midsection here. Biceps trailing the ears, fingers reaching forward, right heel stretching back, breathe in. Hands through heart center. As you exhale, take it into warrior two at the back of your mat. And when you land, you can set the eyes over your right thumb. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to stay in the lunge. Interlace the hands at the lower back. Maybe find the opposite interlace. So one pinky might feel a little funky on the top. This is a little different motor neuron pathway that we're activating when we do that. Drag the knuckles down. Big long inhale as you fill up. And then humble warrior as you exhale, tucking your right shoulder inside of your right knee. Drop the crown of the head straight down, breathe. Put a little space between your molars here. One more round of breath. Release the left hand down, dragonfly twist. Spin open over that front knee, breathe in. And then sweep your hands to the side. Walk your hands to the top of the mat, pivot the toes forward, drop the back knee. Supported crescent, inhale. Hanuman half split, exhale. Take a round of breath. Maybe you relax the shoulders as you empty. We're gonna rebend the knee. Inhale the arms up, back to that supported crescent. Right toes are tucked. Bend your elbows, pull the shoulders down your back, lengthen the neck. Shift the weight, launch off of your back foot, airplane on this side. Little froggy kicks with that right leg. So the right leg might be slightly externally rotated. For a lot of folks, the way that the hips are organized, the pelvis, it's gonna feel like you're gonna get more glute activation if you can rotate the right toes, not straight down, but just out at a tiny little angle. So they're not rotating out toward the side of the room, but not necessarily pointing down toward the floor either. And where do you feel the best connection to that lifted leg so that right leg doesn't feel like dead weight, hopefully? All right, right knee up, arms up on an in-breath. Lightning chair, sink it back. Let's hold this lightning chair. Take some little rocks onto the toes and back onto the heels. So we're gonna move through that one breath, one motion. Rock forward, rock back, drop the heels down, stand all the way up on an inhale. Lightning chair as you exhale. Here we go, left knee lifts, breathe in. Step it back, lightning crescent as you empty. Arms forward, power lunge on an in-breath. Warrior two to the back of your mat as you exhale. Interlace the hands, breathe in, maybe you look up. And then humble warrior as you exhale, tuck your left shoulder inside of your knee. Stay here, take a breath in. Release the right hand down under right shoulder, dragonfly twist. Inhale, find more space. And then exhale, walk the hands to the top of the mat. Drop the back knee, inhale, supported crescent. This time, bend your elbows right away. Keep the back toes tucked. Airplane, launch it forward, breathe in. Stay steady as you breathe out. Lift the left knee on the in-breath. Right into it, lightning chair as you exhale. Right knee up, breathe in. Sweep it back, lightning crescent. Inhale, power lunge, reach forward. Exhale, warrior two to the back. Interlace, maybe opposite hand on top, big breath. Humble warrior as you exhale. Stay here and breathe in. Start your transition to dragonfly as you breathe out. Finish an inhale, spin open. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. On that exhale, drop the back knee, reach up and fill. Bend your elbows, back toes are tucked. Airplane, launch it forward, breathe in. Stay there for the breath out. Right knee up on the in-breath. Lightning chair as you exhale, round two, lift the left knee, breathe in. Lightning crescent, step it back. Reach forward on it in. Take it to the back, warrior two, on and out. Interlace, huge breath in here. Humble warrior as you exhale, stay for the breath in. Start your transition to dragonfly as you exhale. Find a bigger stretch, breathe in. Sweep your hands to the top of the mat. Drop the back knee, inhale, arms up. Bend your elbows as you exhale, setting it up. Launch forward, airplane on the inhale. Hold here for the exhale. We're gonna step to reverse warrior. Left foot to the back of the mat, cartwheel, the right arm up and open. Hang out in your reverse warrior for a few rounds of breath. Option to add a bind, catching the right wrist, the right elbow, or maybe taking the full bind, bending your right elbow toward the ceiling, right hand toward your shoulder blades, bend your left elbow toward the floor. Maybe you catch the fingers. Wherever you landed, breathe into your right side body. Keep working your right knee toward your right pinky toe. If you took a bind, release that bind, straighten out the front leg from reverse triangle here. Inhale. Cartwheel your hands around your front foot. We're taking it to wild thing. Those of you that know, practicing with me, this is one of my favorites. So right toes back behind you. Reach the right arm up, push the floor away. Breathe in. And then exhale, right hand down. Bring your right knee under your body to your left elbow if you can. Find a little twist. Go back to wild thing, slow controlled movement here, inhale. Right hand down, right knee, left elbow, exhale. One more time, breathe in, wild thing. Right knee, right elbow, this time. Kick the right leg straight back, push through the heels, stay here or tempt the left fingers. Stay here or reach the left arm forward for 5. Soft through your neck and jaw, 4, 3, 2, hand down, knees down. Sit back onto your heels. Interlace your fingers, bring your forearms together, and then roll out through the wrists here. So yes, we still have another side to go. Switch the direction of those wrist circles. We're going to take a little moment to regroup. Optional Kali Mudra, interlace the fingers, but release your index finger. Reach your arms straight up. Lift the ribs away from your hips gently. Optional breath of fire. So that's that quick forced exhale. Don't worry about the in-breaths. We're going to go for 20 to 30, depending on how quickly you're breathing. Again, it's totally optional. Breathe naturally. If this doesn't feel right in your body today, take a breath in to start. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands down. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Big breath in and a long breath out. Look forward, empty the breath, step walk or hop to the top. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs as you exhale. Stand tall on an in-breath. Lightning chair right back into that flow. This time right knee comes up, breathe in. Lightning crescent, step it to the back. Reach forward on an inhale, power lunge. Warrior 2 to the back, exhale. Interlace the hands, breathe in. Humble warrior as you empty. Take a breath in, imagine the crown of the head touching the mat. Exhale, left hand down, set up dragonfly twist. Stay there for an inhale. Sweep your hands to the top as you empty, drop the back knee, supported lunge, breathe in. Bend your elbows, breathe out. Airplane on an inhale, launch it forward. Stay there for the exhale. Reverse warrior, backstroke into that lunge. Left knee is working toward your left little toe. Option 1 is to stay right here in the stretch, actively reaching the left fingers up. Option 2 is to add some version of a bind, catching the wrist or the elbow, or maybe pointing the left elbow up, right elbow down, and reaching for your fingertips. Root down to the knife edge of your back foot, so much so that the inner arch of your right foot maybe starts to peel away from the mat. The toes are still pressing down. If you caught a bind, release that bind. Straighten out the left knee for a moment. Breathe in. Cartwheel your hands, frame out the front foot. Wild thing, left toes back behind, left arm lifts on an in-breath. Deliberate, intentional exhale, transition the left hand down, left knee, right elbow. 2 more. Inhale, wild thing. Exhale, right elbow. I should say 2.5. Wild thing, breathe in. Last time to the right elbow as you empty. Take it to wild thing again on an inhale. Left knee, left elbow. Kick the left leg straight back. Push through the left heel, squeeze through your left glute. Stay here, tempt the right fingers. Stay there or reach the right arm forward. For 5, relax your cheeks and your ears. 4, 3, 2, 1, knees down, hips back. Reach your arms up, breathe in. Bend your elbows as you empty. Take the arms up on an in-breath. This time, twist toward your right. Stay here long through your spine, breathe in and out. Look forward on an inhale. Twist to left on the exhale. Breath in. And breath out. Stand up on the knees, reach the arms up this time as you breathe in. And then bring your arms into that open arm twist again to the right. Maybe you reach the right hand back for a heel or the low back, lift the left arm up. So you're in a half camel, breathing, lengthening the tailbone down. Full breath in. Come back through the center, bring your hands to your heart, hug your navel up and in. Open arm twist to the other side this time. And then find that half camel on this side. Maybe you reach for an ankle or a heel. I'm going for the low back today. Let's come back to the center. Bring your hands to your heart. Last camel pose. Tuck the toes under. Sometimes that's a nice little support here. Scoop the tailbone under. Keep the hips stacking over the knees. And then bring the hands to the lower back, to the heels, or to the ankles. You use your legs, use your breath, and find a little bit of release in the upper back. It's fine to keep the chin close to the chest. If it feels good, you might drop the head back. We're here for 4. Nice long breaths. 3, 2. Bring your hands to your hips. Lower your hips to your heels, untucking the toes along the way. Swing your legs to either side. Bring your legs out in front of you with your knees bent. Bring your hands back behind you, fingers point forward. And then bend the elbows a little bit, roll the shoulders down the back. Bring your legs to a tabletop position. We'll do a little bit of core work today. Straighten the legs out, lower the chest a bit. Right knee to your chest as you push into your hands and lift up. Do that same side again for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We've got 5 on the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 together. Zip up the legs for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it low right here. You can stay on your palms or reach the arms forward or upward. Hollow body hold here. Option to flutter kick the feet. 15, 14, 13. I'll keep counting in my head. Just keep squeezing the abdominals down like you're going to jump into a cold pond. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. When you're ready, bring your arms down by your side. Bring your feet underneath your knees. And then windshield wiper your knees. If you enjoy, bring your arms to a goalpost or a T. Nice slow windshield wipers with the knees. Breathe in, breathe out. So as important as it is to move and exercise, important physically and maybe mentally, is equally vital to allow yourself to relax, to rest. Part of your practice is more about that side of the equation. So much of life is efforting and working and really beautiful, like rising to meet different challenges that we all have in life. Super important to give yourself some time to unwind, to restore, to replenish some of that energy that gets depleted. And take a figure 4 stretch. Bring your right ankle over the top of the left thigh. You can keep your left foot down as you let the right knee drift away from your body, or you might hug your left thigh or shin in. Try and keep the shoulders and the head relaxed. So if hugging that leg in causes you to kind of scrunch up, really great idea to grab a pillow. It's not going to take anything away from your stretch. It's just going to allow you to relax into that stretch, maybe a little bit deeper, so that we are using this time as more of a restorative opportunity to refill that kind of metaphorical cup that so often we're trying to pour from the dredges. Now let the eyes soften, whether they're open or closed. And then gently set the left foot down. If you lifted it, stretch your right leg straight up toward the ceiling. And then slowly with a straight right leg, lower your right leg, maybe point the toes, lower the right leg all the way out on the mat in front of you. Reach the right arm and maybe the left arm up, big long body stretch over there, just to the right. And exhale, slide your right knee underneath your right foot under your right knee. I'm unwound a lot. The brain is going offline. Set up your figure 4 on the other side, which is exactly what we want to have happen, except for the person who's teaching. Maybe you keep your right foot down, maybe you hug the knee in. Remember, there's no point in stressing out your shoulders or your neck or your jaw here. Using that pillow is not taking anything away from the stretch in your left leg. Get really curious about the sensations in your body. You notice how the moment when you're breathing in this stretch was a little bit different than the moments when you're breathing out. You lifted the right foot away from the floor. Go ahead and release your right foot onto the mat. Left leg lengthens toward the ceiling to start. You could point the toe, flex the foot, slowly lower that left leg, reaching the left ankle straight away from the left hip. Arms up over your head, breathe in, and then let it go. Slide your left foot under the left knee, maybe move that pillow, hug both knees into your chest, and give yourself as gentle or as firm of a squeeze as you need. It might feel good to rock a little bit side to side. Squeeze the knees in, maybe tilt the chin up, lift the shoulders, create a tight little ball. Big breath in here. And then Shavasana, let it all go. Take your time to find a relatively comfortable resting position. So if laying flat on your back that's not it for you, you can grab that pillow if you happen to have one nearby like I did, or try lying on your belly or your side or finding a comfy seat. Letting yourself end your practice in this really deliberate way where we allow some stillness to start to settle in and observe the more subtle sensation of the movement of the breath. Listen for my voice in just about 30 or 40 seconds to close practice and end together. And stay here just another moment or two. If there is anything that you want to leave behind on your mat, anything physically, mentally, emotionally, right? At the beginning of the month, if there's any space that you're looking to clear, or maybe just a little bit of clarity of intention that you're looking to create to help guide your thoughts and your actions in the month ahead, you can really call that to mind here, planting it like a seed in your subconscious or your heart space. So when you're ready to move on with your day, bring some gentle movement back into the body, perhaps giving the head a gentle shake side to side, or opening and closing your hands, circling your ankles or your wrists. Take a long body stretch if you haven't yet. And then meet me in a seat. No rush to get there. So still moving deliberately, intentionally. When you land in a seated position, we're going to finish practice with a cleansing breath together. So bring your palms over your heart space. Maybe you even hug your opposite arms in a little bit. You're going to lift the shoulders, lift the ribs as you fill your lungs. So allow the rib cage to lift up, allow the shoulders to lift toward the ears. We're often very afraid to do that. Sip in as much breath as you can. When you're ready, let everything go. All right. Awesome work. Thank you for joining me. I hope that served your body and your mind well, and I hope to see you again soon.